In this video, you're going to learn how to use the Census Studio custom toolbox in ArcGIS Pro to download lead commute flow data. This particular tool is used to download commute flows from an origin to a destination. All right, so the first parameter you'll select here is the state, and we're going to focus in on Colorado. So I'll just select Colorado as my state. And then you're going to select a home county. This is where workers live. And then you'll also select a work county. This is where the workers work. So this is going to download commute flows from the home to the work county. All right, so we're going to select Boulder, which sits just to the northwest of Denver as our home county. And then our work county will be Denver. So again, what this is going to do is going to download data, origin, destination, commute data. So workers who are living in Boulder County and working in Denver County. You'll then need to select a year. As the recording of this video, 2022 is the most recent data. And then you'll download your job type data. The default is all jobs, but you can select other options here, including primary jobs, all private jobs, private primary jobs, and a couple of federal job categories here. We'll just leave the default of all jobs. And then you'll also need to select a segment, which again will default to all workers. But again, you can segment this by age, by earnings, and a few other categories as well. We'll just leave the default of all workers. And we'll do this first one at a county level. And so we'll just select or define our feature class name, Boulder to Denver, and click Run. Now this output is not going to be a feature class. It's going to be a table in a geodatabase. The default location is going to be the whatever your default geodatabase is going to happen to be, but it will be a table of information. And these tables can get quite large as well, because keep in mind that we've selected tract as our geography parameter here. So it's going to calculate values for every tract in the origin and the destination, right? So for each origin tract, it will get you the number of workers that are commuting from one tract in the origin to each tract in the destination. So this the output in this case would need to be a table instead of a feature class. All right, so here we can see that it's completed. All right, and I'll just go ahead and open up the table here so you can see the contents. All right, now in this case we did a county level geography, so it's just one record. So how many, basically the commute flow from Boulder County to Denver County for all jobs, all workers. All right, and so here's your total jobs field. So that's the number of people living in Boulder County but working in Denver County. And then it's broken it down by, of course, age, earnings, and a couple of other categories there as well. Right, so that's at a very basic level. This is the number of people working in Boulder County and commuting to a job in Denver County. Now, in the next example, we're going to leave pretty much everything the same here, but we're going to change the geography level down to a tract. Now, you can go all the way down to a block group if you need to, but that's going to be a lot of records, right? It's going to be a pretty large output table. So we'll select tract, and I'll just include the word tract here at the end. And then we'll go ahead and hit run. Just going to do some background processing here. This one takes a little bit longer because, again, it is commuting the flows from each tract in Boulder County to each tract in Denver County. So the output here is going to be quite a bit bigger because it's having to do that calculation or pull that data for every single tract in the origin to every single destination tract. So this takes a little while to run. We'll go ahead and give it a few minutes here. Still churning. Almost done. All right. Now, if we open up the output in this case, should get the right one. Now you're going to see a much larger table. So there's roughly 5,500 records in this table. All right. And again, same type of information, but here you have a home GeoID. That is the tract in Boulder County, the origin, and then its destination GeoID, or its tracked, the work track that you're going to. And of course, you'll have your total jobs column, and then again broken down by age, earnings, and a few other categories. So these files can get pretty large, right? And again, you're going to get an output table here instead of a feature class because you're doing you're getting multiple values for each census tract, right? Each census tract in the origin to each census tract in the destination. All right, that's it for this video. Thank you for joining me. And in future videos that cover the Census Studio product, we will be covering other download tools as well as analysis tools.